23 talking about this.
Panspermia theory suggests that life on Earth did not originate on our planet, but was transported here from somewhere else in the universe, perhaps spanning galaxies and solar systems. Microorganisms that were unintentionally distributed by space dust, meteorites, asteroids, and comets landed on Earth and started life here.
Crete thought that this theory was improbable, but he wrote that it had to have been implanted by advanced civilization that came to the Earth and implanted the genes that produce life on Earth, or at least some of the genome structure of the on our planet was altered to produce the evolution we see today. Others, like William Brown, one of our biophysicists and molecular biologists at the Resonance Science Foundation, was able to identify the specific alteration of the gene that happened that produced the doubling of the cranial cavity of the Homo sapien from the earlier hominids. When he discovered this, it looked highly suspicious. It looks like an alteration of the gene that is typical of what we do today when we alter genes in GMO type of engineering. And so it may be that not only this advanced ancient civilization may have been on our planet prior to our written history, but that this earlier prior civilization was the source of the eventual evolution of Homo sapiens on our planet. A few years ago, I was fortunate enough to be able to do autopsy on some remains of mummies that are found in the Paracas region, where I was able to test some of the tissues that I was able to sample from these remains. For the first time, we were able to get from these remains not only mitochondria DNA, but as well the nuclear DNA, because the material was very malleable still and had retained a very high level of coherency. And so nuclear DNA was able to be extracted, although the samples were approximately 2,300 years old, according to the carbon dating we did. The mitochondria DNA, the DNA of the mother, showed some alteration that and deletion of the DNA genome that placed strangely the origin of the race of the mother not in the Paracas region, but in the Black Sea region. And so the APA group of that genome source was not localized in South America. In that region of the Black Sea is found as well elongated skulls that resemble very much the Paracas skulls. So that's interesting unto itself. But when we analyze the nuclear DNA or the father side DNA, it's a very low percentage match to the human genome. So far, we haven't finished the analysis, and we should get it done as well by third party, and so I cannot certify these results. But so far, preliminary results show that the percentage match to the human genome is in the ratio of 3 to 5%, which is extremely low. For instance, a banana has a match of the genome to the human genome of almost 40%. So 3 to 5% match is nowhere close to a Homo sapien.